So I was like, yeah, do a thing where you record yourself and like send it to me. I'll put on the video. And she sent it to me, and I seriously thought she was an android. It's like, hello, my name is Rakel. I was like, what the fuck? What is this shit? And I couldn't watch it. I deleted it.
He was like, do it in 30 seconds. Say all this stuff in 30 seconds. Yeah, it's just going to be a short thing. I was like, okay. So I was trying to say as much as I could in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, I was like, what the fucking android? And I deleted it, and I was all terrified. I was like, what the hell? But yeah.
They put an ender in the relationship.
Yeah. It's like, what? So,
this is what I'm getting into.
This is our last episode, so we should have, if we were like professional, we should have had like people ask questions for our year-end extravaganza, but we didn't. So
that's because our world ended, our Facebook world.
Oh my god, you guys don't exist anymore.
Seriously, it was like we got erased.
Well, because of those darn horrorcore boys.
All those little horrorcore kids.
Well, it was Jimmy Screaming Claus's gang affiliations.
Yes, it was my Australian gang affiliations. I'm officially Australian.
We're a bunch of boys.
So I hope some listeners are still here with us listening after that, but on this episode, we're going to talk about a bunch of stuff, and the main thing I kind of hope we could talk about for a while is that we just put out a new little comedy short called Where Dis, and it was something new for me, and that I was just a writer and producer, kind of. So I just wrote the script, and then I've been developing some 3D tools that I want to sell or give away or put together in some tutorial things so that pretty much anybody... that you don't have to have any 3D skills. You can go make like animated shorts like really easily. So this was kind of a test, and that I gave her the tools and just let her go do it, and she was able to do it, and I thought it came out pretty good. And hopefully you can't tell the difference too much whether I would have done it, you know, because I think that's where we're going for. But so my, you know, like I've been doing this for a long time, so I forget like all the shit that gets in your head that makes you go, what the fuck, when you first start doing it. So I guess when you go into it, there's a lot of questions you ask yourself. So when you go, what is that the hardest part of doing this stuff? I mean, you as someone who came into it cold, or what is the thing?
Yeah, it's the choice, kind of. I mean, every shot, you have to think about, what am I trying to say here? You have to think about, where does the camera go? Where does the light go? Where does this go? What do they do? Why does he do this? You know, act it out. So there's a lot of questions as to... But
on this short, she had a little easier because I storyboarded it. So you have my storyboard to fall back on. Right. But it was just pretty much shot, reverse shot, like nothing fucking special.
Right.
But so you didn't have to think about that. So you had a storyboard. So beyond that, what was the stuff that was like,
Well, just, I don't know. I think I did a lot of... well, it sounds, you say it was just shot, reverse shot, but, you know, even within those shots, it's like framing it and knowing what to put accent on and getting them to move in the right time, and I don't know, just the choice, I guess, and
there was a shot where you were going to break the 180 rule. You almost broke the 180 rule, and I was like, oh, well, look, you're going to disorient the viewer.
That would take them out of it totally.
How much do you pay attention to that stuff, Jimmy, when you're setting up shots and doing stuff?
I never do. I break those rules all the time.
Yeah, he's a rebel. He's not a square like you.
I'm an old-fashioned cinematographer.
No, it was interesting. It was definitely a learning experience to, you know, I don't know. It was like easy but hard. It's like it was, because, you know, you just do the shot, then the next shot, and the next shot, and you just reverse it or whatever. But then at the same time, the whole thing took me like 8 hours. So it's a bit about...
For 32 shots, right? 32?
36.
36.
Yeah.
So I guess, you know, because 3D is very much photography-based, like you would be in live action. And how is it with drawn animation, Emily? Do you have to think about a camera, or is it just kind of, you're just drawing whatever you want to do?
Well, I definitely think about it cinematographically. I just don't, like, have to, like, place the camera. I just... You know, it's because there's no, like, set-up shot. It's just what it is what it is. It's just a flat thing.
Yeah, I'd be interested.
You set it up cinematographically, but I don't, like, move. I don't, like, have any camera-moving thingies.
Yeah, so I'd be interested to put you in front of one of those and, like, see what you do or how your brain works.
I think I make things easier because a lot of the things I just keep having to resize them because I draw them too big.
Yeah, right. If you want to like mimic a zoom, right, you have to like scale it or something or do some funky stuff instead of just actually moving the camera.
Right. You gotta scale it, and then it like goes off, like it gets like skewed slightly, so they get slightly skinnier as they zoom in and such.
And
Someone
3D.
posted about that on our on the Facebook wall. They recommended a Flash plugin to do that, like a camera plugin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll look up what it's called now.
They're trying to solve all Emily's problems.
I don't know if I want to go there just yet. Maybe with some scenes.
Yeah. So, because I guess, you know, it's like live action based. It's like, so it's like if you're on a set with an actor and a camera, then it's like, oh, okay, shit, what do I do?
Right.
And so it just comes back to like directing and knowing why. I mean, asking those questions, right?
Right.
What am I trying to show? Like,
Right.
when, how,
Right.
where?
And just asking too, am I doing this just because I can move this camera around, or am I doing it because it's actually doing something for the scene? Because at some points I found myself doing something like jumping here or moving in there or panning over or something, and it's totally unnecessary. It's just like because I could. So it's kind of asking yourself to when not to do things, not just when to do things.
Yeah, I guess the thing that you have to, that you start thinking about, or happened with me, is that you start thinking about or seeing it more so from the perspective of the viewer.
Right.
So instead of just being like, oh, this is cool, I'm gonna pan over here, like, you start looking at it through the eyes of the viewer and being like, well, maybe they're not gonna know what the fuck is going on here. Maybe
Right.
this will confuse them. And I mean, that's what changed my decisions, like, going forward.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
But that's hard because the only way I think you can develop that is if you make shit, show it to people, hear what they say about it or how they perceived it, and then you make more shit and then show it to more people, and then you kind of get this idea of like, oh, well, that's how people see this and perceive it.
Yeah. Well, I was lucky to have you there because you told me like, oh, like about the 180 rule and about some of the other stuff, like why did you have this or why that? I'm like, I don't know.
So then you're saying with this new tool I'm going to give out, I should make myself like that Microsoft Office dog in the corner and I'll be
Yes.
like, you're doing it wrong, bitch.
Exactly, and then hit them over the head and drink a lot of beer.
So it was like mostly procedural, and a lot of the animation and the lip sync was done by the computer.
Right.
So you just had to do a little bit keyframe stuff. But even in that
Right.
keyframe stuff, it was pretty easy, right?
Yeah, easy once you get into it. At first, you're really awkward in regards to the timeline. I don't know if you have that problem, Jimmy, but like when I first start trying to get them to do things at the right time, it's like, why won't it do what I'm telling it to do? Until you kind of figure out what the timeline is doing, then it gets kind of easy.
Yeah, it's hard for me to use the timeline too in depth because of the poser characters. Really, if you have too many on screen, it bogs it down.
Right.
So I try to do as much as the keyframing through motion capture as possible, so I don't have to do that really.
Right.
Because otherwise, it really does slow me down, and I get the timing all off.
Yeah, the timing, I mean, people might say it's easy, but timing can be kind of hard. Like, I was trying to animate in the end, or no, in the beginning, I mean, he was supposed to kick the door down, and it seriously was the most faggy, retarded-looking kick that has ever existed. It seriously looked like he, like, kicked the door down and went like, hey there, what's going on?
Well, he
It was
kind of
like-
looked like he stepped in the room in slow motion. But it wasn't supposed to be that. But that's what happens when you first start doing 3D. Like, everything's all floaty, and it's just really hard to get that snappiness or get that weight or gravity. That's
Right.
like the hard thing. It's like it wants to go slow and smooth and with everything and have the same time in between stuff. So that's like really the hard part is changing the speeds and all that. But that just comes through, I think, experience, whatever. But I think the best way to do it would maybe to mix like these tools that I'm working on, which was mostly for just like talking head shit and simple things with like motion capture. So have like motion capture for your walks and stuff like that, but then use this shit for like the talking. So maybe we can develop this tool together, Jimmy.
Yeah, what rig are you using it as? Is it the one that comes with the program, or?
No, it's that Boxman rig that I made and gave away a long time ago.
But you need Cactus Dan stuff, right?
I made one that's both.
Oh, okay.
So it's back and forth. So it's that, and then for the lip sync, I use that talker thing that I gave away that uses both too. So it's a super simple rig, and I'm using just that like boxy dude. And then the way I do it is that like, so for the character faces, they just have like 2 holes for the eyes and then a hole for the mouth. Then I just go on Google Images, and I wanted a douchebag for this dude, so I looked up like the Jersey Shore people. So I took like that Pauly D guy's face and pasted it on his face. So
was it Pauly D?
yeah.
So just like a fake Jersey Shore.
So it's super easy because I just go on Google Images, get a face, fucking open it in Cinema 4D as body paint. So all you do is like open the head, copy this face, paste it on the head, and then you move it around till where it's where you want, and then you just stick it on there. And then it has like Photoshop tools to like clone and shit, and then you just fix it up a little bit, and then you have your face. And then for the body,
photorealistic like they do in that series.
Yeah, it looks totally real. And then for the body, I just drag and drop different pictures. Like I got like some buff dude's picture, and then made a tileable texture of like stupid muscles and veins, and then just stuck them on his arms. And then his clothes were just fucking money.
It's like zebra stripes or something.
Oh yeah, some zebra stripes I got off Google
leopard.
Images. So it's all like as fast as possible and as lazy as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Which does add a layer of comedy.
Yeah, well, yeah. Then your animation doesn't have to be as good because they look shitty. So
Right.
So for people who wanted to like buy it from you or whatever, would they need any plugins, or can they just do all in Cinema 4D like right out of the box?
yeah, it would be all Cinema 4D. So, like, yeah, all you would do. And so what I'm thinking of too. So for when she started it, she already had the set and the characters are in there. I didn't even think I used any lights, but so I was kind of thinking of if I make something like this, I should make a couple like standard sets, like outdoors in a house, have like some standard sets for people to like fuck around with too. So, if you don't want to like make a set or something, you can just use these and then have like, say there's pictures on the wall and just have that texture. So all you have to do is swap out your image for the one in there to like change it up and shit like that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You should like have like scenes of movies that are already made, like a Pulp Fiction, like in the kitchen, and then have like pre-made Pulp Fiction characters, and then be like, see if you can direct the burger shooting scene.
That's a good idea. Just paste their faces on it.
There you go.
You can paste your own face and star in your own movie with blocky ass.
You could star. You could star in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, I don't know, like Sam's Point 5.
It'll be Third Life.
That's what they talk about. They say is the future of movies, that you'll be able to fucking buy a movie and then like edit yourself into it.
It's so
Lord.
narcissistic.
Yeah, it's so sad.
Like put your face over like John Travolta's face or
it's
whatever.
like Inception, except starring me.
Yeah.
As every person.
Yep.
So gratifying.
I was listening to this other podcast and we're like, man, this is gonna be awesome, and I was like, dude, it's gonna be shit.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fucking terrible.
Oh, no,
Hey, dude, look at this movie.
I'm in all of them.
Yeah.
You don't have to direct a new movie with you in it either. You just use an old movie and put you
Yep.
in it.
Like that scene in John Malkovich where he walks into his own head.
Yeah.
People will force their kids to be in kids' movies, and like, it'll
Ew, yeah, they'll do like...
they'll
Oh,
like
no.
cry, start to cry, and break down in the middle, and like, you need to finish the scene!
Gotta be big. So yeah, I'm gonna develop that thing, give it out there. So I'll totally send it to you, Jimmy. So if you guys want to use it,
Yeah, I'd like to. I'll check it out.
Yeah.
for like super quick things. I mean, it doesn't look all epic or anything. It's just like
Just to get the point across, whatever. It's like
yeah, I think
comedy
it can work for something really like a funny thing or something really fucked up.
And it can be just a base too. You could build on top of it.
Yeah, you can swap out the model parts or modify it or whatever.
Someone will take it into ZBrush, add muscles on it, make it
Yeah.
all nice looking.
But I guess just because a lot of people too, and they sent me some questions and just like organizing shots and like because what I do is that I save you save each shot as a different shot number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I save them into a directory and I have that open in the content browser all the time, so then you can see all your shots while you're working. So then if you get to like shot 10 and you're like, fuck, I don't want to redo the shot, let me find another setup that's like exactly the same. Oh, shot 2 is the same because you can see it in the content browser.
Right.
Open that, save it as, and just swap the fucking voices out or whatever.
Yeah.
So just workflow shit like that too. And it's all hardware rendered. Instant rendering.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, all hard.
Oh shit!
Yeah. So, but I mean, it looks crappy. But if you're going for the PlayStation 1 look, then you got it.
Hey,
Everyone says my
PlayStation
stuff
great.
looks like PlayStation 2, so...
Shit.
You know what? Someone's gonna make Pulp Fiction with PlayStation 1 graphics remake with your program and get 2 billion.
It might be
views.
you, Emily.
I know it probably will be Emily.
It could be you.
That would be. Wouldn't you be pissed off that they got like 4 billion views off of your program? And you
No,
can't
because then
get
everyone
1
will buy
billion?
it.
No,
Oh, yeah.
That'd be a big commercial.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I'm not a hater.
Then he would send a letter, cease and desist, unless
I'll be
he
like,
mentioned
Emily,
me
you
in the
kiss,
beginning.
cease and desist.
You get your shit off YouTube.
I'll have my team
Stop
of
copying me.
I have my team of fucking lawyers after you. Speaking of YouTube views, did you see that shit where they busted like all the major record labels because they were using fake tools to inflate their view counts on YouTube?
Oh,
really?
I bet, man. That's why those shitty videos of all those.
Yeah, did you see that Gundam Style or whatever is now the most viewed video of all time?
Yeah, a billion
Views or something like that?
So yeah, for that, when YouTube cracked down on their fake views, they took away over 1 billion views from Universal Music alone.
They took them away. Like, those are ours.
Those motherfuckers all lies.
Yeah, they were fake. Like, all their artists, like, every major label artist had fucking fake, like, hundreds of millions of fake views. Up to, like,
Oh my God,
billions.
Jimmy, doesn't that make you feel so much better?
Actually, I know of a couple independent producers out there who do run those programs on their own trailers to get their Kickstarters and shit up. Like, so when people go on their Kickstarters, they go, "Oh, his trailer has 70,000 views on it. People must like him."
Yeah, doesn't that make
You
them
know
seem
a couple.
retarded?
It's just...
They
It's
fucking
just,
need to see that it has like a ton of views, and then they'll watch it.
Well,
Otherwise, they're all,
it's-
I don't want to see it. It only has 23 views.
it's just like the Lemmings thing, People
Yeah.
follow people. But I just think it's funny because everything's phony. It's like you can have fucking 100 billion views on your fucking YouTube video and 100,000 Twitter followers and Facebook friends, and it's all fake. Mm-hmm. And like, yeah, I'm doing shit. Yeah. But then at the end of the day, it's just like, dude, it's a big fucking sideshow.
Yeah.
I'd rather do it real, like we doing it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
In the streets.
Yeah.
Also make our views big, and then that'll make an actual billion viewers.
Yeah, you're gonna do it, Emily. You show us how to do it.
Manipulate the views.
Oh, Emily's been banned from Vimeo now, too.
What?
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Why?
Yeah, I checked your whole account has been...
Oh, fuck Vimeo. Fuck them.
Fuck Vimeo.
They took
Seriously.
my rotten meat off.
Well, that's the only thing you had up there, right?
Yeah, but Vimeo still made it become a viral hit, so thanks, video. It was fuck yourself.
I thought they were like an art site or
Yeah,
something.
right.
Guess not anymore. Maybe there's some corporate heads buying it out or something.
Yeah,
Apparently, it's okay to make porn of like shiny buildings, but it's not okay to have awesome animation on there.
Yeah.
building porn.
Yep.
Well, they have like scenery porn on there.
And it's the most amazing thing we've ever seen.
I got tired of Vimeo anyway because like every video there'd be like a fucking 20-second video of like a smoke simulation, and the comments are like, "This is the most amazing video I've ever seen." Like on
How'd you do that?
yeah, on every single one, it's like, "This is the most amazing thing I've ever seen." It's like, motherfucker. Like, where do you live? Like, what have you seen? You ever go outside and look up at the fucking sky? Are you just in a basement staring at cardboard? It's like, this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. So, yeah, I'm not down with the Vimeo.
It's probably all kids. Like, it's probably just all, like, because I don't comment on anything ever. So it's got to be just little kids who, like, still have hope and dreams in front of them. Like, oh, smoke on the internet!
You know what I think? I think it's like that sub for sub shit on YouTube where people message you and like, sub for sub. So people will say, I'll subscribe to you, subscribe to me. So it's pretty much like, pat my back, I'll pat yours, whatever. And it's like, so I think people say that shit because they want other people to go on their videos and be like, most amazing thing ever.
Yep.
Oh, they're gonna get subscriber aids. Everyone keeps subscribing.
Then their life will be amazing because someone said it was the most amazing thing they've ever seen
it's
because
just-
you said it about them.
No, they're just trying to
Wow.
create phony popularity. It's
Well,
like,
yeah,
look
I
at
know,
me,
it's
I'm
just
popular,
dumb.
people
You're
like
still-
my shit.
You're still retarded at the end of the day.
So, but
Look at me if I look at you, but then neither of them look at each other.
Yeah.
it's just like, yeah, you're amazing too. That's like the Hollywood bullshit. Like, I remember meeting people there, or like in art circles too, and people are like, oh, you're amazing, no, you're amazing, oh, you're so amazing. It's like, fuck you. These people can't be amazing. Like, what? It's
We're
like
all amazing.
it's just
We're
like
all
those.
the best ever.
It's like psychic fucking readers or, palm readers are
yeah.
like, well, actually you were royalty in your past life and you're very wise and kind and you're actually kind to a fault, and people are like, oh my God, you're right.
That's so about me.
It's just telling people what
Wait,
they
I
want
am
to hear.
great and nobody sees it.
Yeah. And actually you're an amazing human being. Oh my
Oh,
God,
the
I
psychic
am.
was so accurate. Wow.
I mean, that's the thing. Like in life, it's like, yeah, there's people that fucking tell other people what they want to hear. They tell them lies, which is like fucking giving them donuts. And then, or
Yes,
there's
man.
people that tell the truth, and that's like giving them fucking fiber.
Yes men and no men.
Yeah. I'm a hater. I'm a no man.
Oh yeah.
I get a lot of those.
But then when you say shit, like you mean it. Right? You're
Yeah.
not like, oh my God.
No,
But yeah. How do we get on that tangent?
I don't know. Oh,
It always ends up there somehow.
Universal.
We're supposed to be talking about 3D
Yeah.
or
filmmaking.
film.
Forever Alone.
So let's say, Jimmy, Emily, what do you want some 3D tool thing to get? If you got it, what would it do and how would it do it?
Oh man. I mean, I don't know. I have enough tools already that I don't know what to do with. I don't need more.
So how does this sound? You already have people that are kind of moving around, so they're not still, and then you just like replace their face and then load in an audio file and automatically does a lip sync and they look like how you want to look.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be great.
And then you just move the camera or put the camera wherever you want.
The simpler, the better. Anything that takes the edge off,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the same exact thing that I made that fucking video that is the only, you guys are the only people that watch that video.
Forest Fire.
Yeah, that forest fire.
Well, we watch it repeatedly.
I watched it too.
I watch it all the time, like literally.
I'm like, God, Jimmy.
I put it on the mixtape. I put it everywhere. I put it on your VHS for We Are Strange.
I'm like, they're sick. What are they doing?
Everything that involves you, I put that somewhere, and I post it all the time on Facebook. I promote it more than Heartstring Marionette, honestly. I don't know why. Just this weird thing I got, bro. I don't know.
Well, yeah, so this is a tool that made that, and you can make that shit like in what? Like
And
10
Get
minutes?
Low, of course,
Yeah,
too.
and that Get Low one, the Little John one. And then now the hella bad jokes.
Wait, so if I wanted to make a Little John music video using your program, I could just put in the Little John track.
You're speaking
Yep.
her language now, man.
Yep.
Put Little John's head on a thing,
Yep.
and then put some booty dancers on, and put even my friends' faces as booty dancers, and
Yeah.
then
Yep.
y'all be in the Little John video, and then you press play, and then it's just movie right there, and you'll be dancing along to it.
Yeah, well, the thing is with the voice, to get it to make it work right, you need like an acapella track.
Yeah, the beat screwed up. Because then his mouth would open every time it goes boom.
Oh, well, can you just separate the two tracks?
There's probably an acapella.
You could probably
version
get the
somewhere.
acapella somewhere.
Yeah, you get the acapella. I'm just gonna say in this world you can.
Or you could just redo it on your own.
You
and,
just sing it.
And use that as your track.
Oh my god, so much creations.
Yeah. That's what you could do. Yeah,
Now,
it's actually,
now that Little John comes into the picture, all of a sudden, this is possible.
Then it clicked. That's when I really understood.
okay, I'll make a Lil Jon stock character. How about that?
Yeah. Lil Jon's stock music video.
His brain's got to bounce, though, when he does.
Alright, I could do that.
And then you can have like a weed button. When you press the blunt button, it gives everyone a blunt.
I could make a particle emitter so like it shoots out blunts like out of anywhere you want and it'll just shoot blunts or, whatever.
Blunt.
Yeah. How about you should let me know what kind of like thing you want. Like a Lil Jon music video kit or something. I could totally make that in like 20 minutes.
I want the Lil Jon music video kit, but you should have people pay you to design their custom kits.
Okay, let me write this down. Lil
They don't feel like you're doing like 70% of their movie.
Emily's
30% of the effort. You get all the money.
Emily's become your focus group now. What does America want, Emily?
No, that's
Well,
actually a
about
good
the Little
idea.
John music video kit.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Uh-huh.
If there's anyone, well, yeah, if whoever's listening, you can go post on a Facebook page or somewhere on the internet where we can get questions and let me know what kind of stuff you would want.
We have 8 likes on Facebook.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
I'll go have to put my fake personality on there and like it too.
There you go.
Maybe we should hire somebody to put like 1 million likes on
Oh
it.
yeah, let's do a scam. Come on, let's do it.
Oh, yeah.
Be like, oh, we're so liked.
Everyone likes us.
We used to have more before it went down, but it's like I don't know how to find most of those people again because they weren't necessarily people from my friends list or whatever, you know? They were just...
Yeah, right. You guys, they're just bots that you guys hired.
No, they're real people.
We're part of that system.
I
Yep.
bet there are people you can hire to like you, but they aren't real people, they're just bots.
Yeah, there's this site Fiverr where you can pay people $5 and they'll like do all this different shit. And there's a couple sites like it, and they're like, yeah, for $5 I'll give you 500 likes on Facebook, or I'll give you 100 Twitter followers. Like, yeah.
It's just freaky.
People keep subscribing to my Twitter, and they're all like
Bots.
with some picture of a naked chick, and like the site is always like some porn site or like something ridiculous. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
bots.
Tobyhanna girls.
There's bots everywhere. I think I'm a robot because whenever I get those CAPTCHA images, I always get them wrong. I'm like, fuck, am I a robot?
That's funny, you should make that into a 4chan thing.
I'm a robot. Oh, you know, here's a personal story I'll say a little bit about, but like I personally, I tried to like not talk to anybody that I knew from high school or whatever, right? So I hadn't seen this dude for like, I don't know, 7 years or something.
Yeah.
And he's actually the dude that inspired Badassery. And then I saw him like 2 days ago, and amongst other things, he told me he was Jesus.
Yeah, the Messiah with the secret teachings of sensuality and sexuality.
Yeah, it was crazy.
and-
Like, I hadn't seen this dude for 6 years, and then you're like talking to somebody over tacos, and they tell you that they're Jesus.
Oh, by the way,
Well, he was in high school, he's probably like on drugs and brain dead.
in case I haven't told you yet, I'm Lord and Savior.
Are you too?
Oh my god. How do you know all these Lord and Saviors?
So I was just like, really, dude? Okay, like, we haven't talked in 7 years and stuff. You know, you gotta drop this Jesus thing on me right away. Like, could have waited till next time we hung out.
There was terrorism too?
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff, but so that's why you should be a hermit, recluse, and you know, hide away. Run away
Really?
from.
Doesn't that kind of make you feel bad? I mean, he graduated high school and became Messiah.
Yeah, no. See, I didn't graduate, so
That's why you're not a Messiah.
You see what happens? You drop out of school. You don't become the Messiah.
you lose your chances.
Lose your chance, bro. Sorry. You're going to have to be not Messiah for the rest of your life.
Just a normal person.
You see, and look, you've been making these videos about the Messiah all along. You've just been contributing to his religion.
Yep.
Badassery is just the commercial for this guy's religion.
It was just fucking weird because, like, the dude had told me this idea he had for a movie, like, fucking years ago. And it was fucking, like, you know that motorcycle I had in that Badassery episode? Mm-hmm. It was, like, pretty much that. Right? And so I'm listening to it, and I'm like, okay, whatever. So then I went and made that Badassery episode, and then I actually showed him Badassery. I was like, check it out. And he was, like, laughing at it. And I was like, if you only knew.
If you only knew you were the uncredited writer.
Yeah. But, making 3D movies.
Yep.
Making 3D movies.
It's easier than ever.
Yep.
Now, why do I yell so much?
I don't know. What are you yelling about? What's going on?
I don't know. There's always something
The
wrong.
inanimate things.
Is it the re-renders? Is that what's getting you?
No, I haven't even began touching that. I'm just moving forward, and I'll re-render them when I get around to it. Your character has a new face, though.
Oh, yeah?
And he put on about 200 pounds.
Sweet. Did you give him
And
chicken performers?
one of his eyes is rolled in the back of his head.
Is his fat all flabby? Is it moving?
Oh, yeah, he's fat. He's fat as fuck.
That's how I like it.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm stoked about that movie.
Yep, me too.
The fucking, the maggot babies, the worm babies.
Yeah,
Those
we
are-
we were like, the fuck?
Oh, it only gets weirder.
Or maybe they're just the crust.
Because, like, I want the first half to be, like, some weird kids movie, and then all of a sudden just, like, derails halfway through. Like, everything goes wrong.
Whoa.
Because, like, it's supposed to be they're living in heaven, and this is how you have children in heaven.
You go to that place and pick them out.
That place, and you pick them out.
So you go. Yours goes halfway and then goes nuts.
Yeah, well, I guess. I don't really have it timed out so much, but yeah, it starts getting crazy. Once they get their kid, the people in the work print, that I sent you. Once they get their kid, like, shit just starts going south.
So I know people listening to that will probably be like, "Oh, what are you talking about? I want to see it." But I'm actually a part of Jimmy Screamer Cloud's new production, so I'm privy to top secret footage as part of the development process.
Yes.
I only sent it to you and James Brown, the guy who plays Daryl, the guy with the glasses.
Yeah.
So I sent it to you guys and Emily, obviously, but she sees it live.
I'll just sit back here.
You see it
She sees it
live.
on loop sometimes.
She has the up-close experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not as cool, right, when you have to see it like 1,000 times in a row.
It's not as cool. It's like, this is going too slow. But
Why isn't this done yet?
yeah.
Why are you still doing this?
Why are you still working on the fruit basket? It's been like 2 hours.
Yeah, that's that thing. It's like the first time it's like, oh yeah, fuck. Oh, and the second time, oh yeah. And then third, you're like, yeah, this is fucking tight. Oh, and then the fourth, and you're like, yeah. And then by the 10th, you're just like, oh, fuck.
Well, it's like, this is technically really my first feature film on purpose. So it's like a whole different thing, too. It's like a whole other level. It's like, I know there's still 90-something pages to go, or 70-something pages to go. It's like, oh.
I can feign attention for my own cartoons, like, limitless. Like, that thing you just said there, that doesn't apply to me. I can make, like, I'm making this cartoon, and every time I watch it, because I have to see the next part that I did, I'm like, yay, oh boy, this is so great, this is so great!
Yeah, see, that's the thing with Flash, too, is you have to watch, every time you want to see the...
You have to watch the whole thing.
You have to watch it all the way through, right?
Yeah.
There's no, like, fast-forward button.
But how much do you do at a time, Emily? Like, how many seconds or minutes will you do before you stop and, like... Or do you just keep going?
Since I came to Jimmy's, I've been making this shit Flash spam, which I like to do sometimes, but I love it so much, like, I love it just as much as if it wasn't. So it's like shit-imation, like, the spam-imation I make, like... cut out photos and it just looks poopy, but that's why it's funny. Mm-hmm. It's only 15 frames per second, and I got 89 seconds here in 3 days, but it's shitimation.
Is that a term you coined? You're gonna put it on there, like patented shitimation?
Yeah, I've been making spam become an art form. I've been working on that for a while.
You do have a name for it. It's bombardism.
Oh, bombardism! Yeah, it's just like a whole bunch of shit thrown at your face. And I'm working on a fusion of Loiter Squad and Metalocalypse and a Poop Fusion together 3.0.
But it's not called shitimation? I like shitimation.
It can be.
It can be moved over.
It doesn't really matter, but
bombardment of shitimation.
Because you know what I heard? Like, have you ever seen, you know who Ray Harryhausen is? The dude who did all the, like, stop-motion monster movies in the 70s and 80s?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he invented this thing called Dynamation. And then they made, like, this documentary with the voiceover guy, and it's like, Dynamation, the cutting-edge process by Ray Harryhausen. Dynamation changes the, so I could see one like, Shitimation, the revolutionary animation process by Emily MeCis. Shitimation. So, like...
As far as the least amount of effort, you can be as stoned as you want, and it comes out gold.
Gold!
As gold as you want.
Gold, Jerry!
Shitimation. Yeah, if you want to do a little
shit gold,
a little commercial for it, let me know. I want to do that voiceover.
I'll do it. I'll give you a preview file.
You should get a job. You should hustle some jobs doing voiceover acting like that.
Yeah,
for commercials and I could hear you on the radio.
Shitimation.
You can't animate. All you gotta do is spamimation. You don't even have to know how to draw. The shittier the better.
Yeah.
Don't go trying hard and shit.
You can't do it anyway.
I can do it though. I'm gonna try hard. I can do it.
No, only I can do it.
No. I got some dog shit right here.
The only way to learn shitimation is to join the Emily MeCis School of Animation in that hollow-out baseball stadium. That is not a sweatshop.
It's not going to be a sweatshop. I'm going to make that a guarantee. But you have to get really good at animation first. Then you gotta erase all that, smash it all out. Then only can you master shit animation.
Damn, I could already see like some kind. Remember Revenge of the Nerds? You ever see that movie?
Mm-hmm.
Remember when like Booger went to like that dude who was like the gross? He was like the master of grossness. He was like a Chinese dude, and he taught him how to spit like super loogies and all that shit. Did you ever see that?
No.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. If you want to go learn shitimation, like, you know, you trained and all this stuff, and then you think you know, but until you meet the master, like, yeah, you don't know.
Yeah, because it takes a sublime skill to really make some fine quality shit.
You should make like a little documentary about that and do it all serious, like it's all serious with serious music. Like,
I am serious. I'm very serious.
Voiceover by M. Dot Strange.
yeah, like fucking Unsolved Mystery music. Shitimation. You know, and just do it all dramatic and stuff.
You'll sit there all seriously making shit of me.
Yeah, have like a dude in a suit, like talking about it. Yeah, I don't want to produce that. I don't have any money. I'll produce that. I'll put some people behind that.
Yeah.
In your head, in your own production.
Hey, what? I have an assistant now.
Oh my god.
The employees.
Unpaid assistant.
It was awesome, Jimmy. So I was just like sitting on my bed, like looking at the internet while animation was being made in my name. I was like, awesome. This is great.
This is great. If I had 4 or 5 more of them living here.
I was like, I could just sit here on this bed and animation's happening.
Minion! You just start clapping. Enter.
No, he was saying slave. Slave.
You take pages 3 through 6 and get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah, she tried to like use the bathroom. I was like, what are you doing? Did you clock out? You know? It's like, I'm not clocking you out. You can't go. Finish this first. I actually heard of studios like that in LA where animators work, where they make you like clock out to go to the bathroom.
Really?
Ooh.
Yeah. They're
Well, I
so
would like focus done.
they're so greedy. Working for the man.
Well, you know, who's got time to crap on the company dime?
I know.
That's like stealing.
Yeah, pretty much. So the point people were putting forward about their record labels too is like, you know, they fucking flag you and shut your shit down if you use our music and anything, but then they're all fucking posting all these phony ass views.
Yes, none of it actually matters.
That was rad bastards.
So I guess those phony views, though, they'd be collecting
Money.
royalties on too, right?
Yeah, they made, I mean, you know, 1 billion views is what, $1 million?
For what? So you can fake your own views, fake your own money?
Yeah, that's what people do. That's what they've been doing.
If the big companies can do it, why not us?
Yeah, you can. There's tools out there. I've seen them on like Black Hat forum. What is it?
But the problem is, once you get blacklisted once, that's
Yeah,
it.
so the thing that was pissing people off is that they were shutting down normal people, but they let the labels keep doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Nuh-uh. Because they're getting paid off with all that view money.
yeah, it's wild.
All that dirty view money.
It is.
You can have like the poopiest video on to get all those views. It doesn't matter what the video is. You can have shitimation. You
Can
can
we-
have straight poo.
Can we launder money through YouTube views somehow?
I don't know.
Dirt money.
I'm sure somebody out there knows how to do that. I know Kickstarter's used for like money laundering. Someone was telling me about that. That they launder money through it. Like I have $100,000 I stole or whatever, and look, so I'll make this project and donate it to it, and then I have this money from all these strangers.
That's pretty brilliant.
I know. I'll be your only benefactor.
Yep. But so making them 3D movies, Rakel.
Yep.
Your first animation total experience.
Yep.
How would you rate it on a scale of 1 to 5 minus 0?
Minus 27. It was so hard. And no, seriously though, it was really fun. It was, I'd say it was like a 9/10.
It was easy.
It was easy, yeah.
The hardest thing was what?
The hardest thing was just deciding stuff. It wasn't the actual
Technical
stuff.
Because, you know, in Cinema 4D, you can see the keyframes, like, on the power slider under the window. Mm-hmm. So I try to use those as much as possible. Like, I use the timeline and F-curves, but I try to do it all in there by, like, you know, if you control-click them, you can copy them, and you can, like, highlight 2 of them and scale them. So I try to keep it super easy and do it all in there. So that's what you were doing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's surprisingly easy when you see, you know, when you know how to do it like shot by shot and you just do it. I don't know. Yeah. I was surprised.
Because I'm a great teacher.
Yeah.
But I'm actually practicing because my friend owns an art store here, and he does like classes. So I'm doing a class. I'm teaching animation there like next month or something. So I'm
That's
gonna
great.
so I'm gonna give people these tools, and I'm gonna do a class, and we're gonna like make a thing. So it has to be like easy enough for people that have never done anything, you know.
Oh my god, I bet people would fly from across the country to take your class.
I don't know.
Strange
Maybe.
presents.
Like one guy, maybe.
I'm gonna put this on. Someone animate your movie.
Can you touch your computer? Is this where it happens?
And I'm like, that's not where that happens, but something happens there.
And then you lock the door, I'm like, something else is gonna happen, boy.
This is where the magic happens.
Well, I want to teach flash animations to hood children. That's my dream, because the hood kids, they ain't got nothing to channel their rage into but drugs and having babies. So we gotta get them these cartoons.
Emily is very concerned with the safety of the hood at all times.
It's fucked up there, bro. Milk's about to get $8 a gallon. Fucking, they're gonna try to take my food stamps already, hell. I don't know how it can get much worse.
So what do you need? Like, what's the minimum to do flash animation? Like a little tiny stylus and like a laptop?
You don't even need stylus, because until I was 19, for 6 years, I did it on a ballpoint mouse. You don't even need that. They can be broke as fuck. All I need to do is Jimmy to give me the bootleg copy. You just need a copy.
I don't know anything
flash.
about that.
I mean, you need a copy, flash, and that's it. I learned it in a week when I was 14.
Oh, hey, Jimmy, hook me up with some bootlegs, dog.
What you talking about?
I heard you got the boot. Wait, what's a ballpoint? Like, what's a ballpoint mouse? Is that a different kind of mouse, or just like
a ball in the mouse.
like a regular mouse?
Yeah, with a ball inside. Sorry.
Oh, like an old one that actually had the ball you take out.
Yeah, I use a fucking ball mouse.
Damn.
Like, I have all these high-end computers in this house that she just uses my laptop to animate on.
That's all I need, bro. That's all you need for Flash. I know your 3D stuff is more complicated, but Flash is just so simple, and it doesn't even cost all that electricity.
I'm always like, do you want me to plug a screen into it? She's like, no.
Yeah, I want a screen. I know you got a screen.
Screens everywhere.
I want a big
There's like 2 in this
screen,
room.
bro. Can I get a big screen? You be holding out on these screens?
There's 3 of them in this room.
You better get yourself some screen.
Yeah.
She's like, what do you mean you have a screen? I was like, oh, I guess I didn't tell you.
I need a mouse, the flash, the screen.
So all you need is a laptop and flash. That's it, and a mouse.
Yeah.
Well, she doesn't even use a mouse.
I use a tab, but
she
if
uses
you're
a
real
tablet.
broke, you can have a mouse.
But now, do you use like a stylus thing or no?
Oh, yeah. I started using a stylus thing about 4 years ago.
Oh, okay. So, like, not like an ultimate, but, you know, something that's, like, decent. If you could give, like, 50 people a flash setup, so it would be a laptop, a little stylus, and flash.
Yeah, but you have to get them to come to the class every week, or they're not going to do it. Because they're lazy.
Because, you know, did you ever see that thing, like, one computer per child thing they were doing, like, in Africa, where they made these super cheap laptops, and they were, like, taking them out there?
Yeah, because I guess Flash could really run on anything. It's not like you need a video card.
Yeah.
You don't need food, baby. All you need is cartoons.
Yeah. You could just draw yourself a cheeseburger.
Oh, yeah.
And draw yourself eating it.
Yeah, just draw
Your new
some...
cheeseburger eating simulation game for African children. They can't afford real food, so they can construct their own movie plots where they get lots of food.
There you go. There's set number 2.
And then they die of starvation while they're doing it.
Like, why isn't this making my hunger go away? So hungry, but so artistically fulfilled.
I want to see that project. So, like, if you were able to do, like, a Kickstarter where you raised a bunch of money so you could buy a bunch of kids' computers, then teach them Flash animation.
What would come of it?
Some bomb-ass cartoons. All we gotta do is get a lot of fucked up children. The more fucked up, the better.
There's plenty of those.
Oh, there sure are in this day and age.
Yeah, I trip out sometimes when, like, people email me and they're like, I saw your first movie when I was, like, 5 years old or 8 years old or something. And I'm like, oh, Lord.
What if we just ran, like, an orphanage and people gave us their kids they didn't want, and then we just... It's really an animation slave place.
Now you're going into the switch up.
I mean, all right,
You're taking my
educational
idea.
center.
Until they're 18, then they can leave.
No, Jimmy, re-educational center. We gotta teach them to hit those target demos hard.
Exactly.
Speaking of that, did you see someone left it as a comment? Flynn Sane out there, he did a little Flash animation from our podcast, And actually, Emily's in it too, right?
No.
Really? Did he? No, I didn't see that.
No, what?
Somebody animated the podcast.
Oh, fuck!
He just did like a little
Oh,
part.
when the three of us were talking about,
Oh, when you were talking about the Tim Allen Christmas movie.
I don't even
Do
remember
you know
this,
what
but
they looks like?
Here, let me find it.
I had no idea this was going on. Who's been drawing me? What do you mean?
No,
I'm not authorizing this.
I have like a logo for my head, and what did Jimmy have?
Jimmy has the bag on his head, I think.
Yeah, I think you had a bag on your head.
Oh yeah, that's what that's from my musical thing.
They researched you.
So let me look this up. But I know Flynn Scene out there made it, and he posted on my blog. Let me find the blog post. So I'll post it. I always say I'm going to post it in the show notes, and I never do. But I'll post it in the show notes.
All these promises you've been making all this time never come true.
But it's on Newgrounds.
Oh.
How many views does this have off of me? And I didn't even know about these views.
Oh, here.
Now it's getting real.
Or maybe it wasn't one that... I don't think it was a show that Emily was on, maybe.
You're out.
Damn.
There you go. You can check it out right there. I posted the link.
All right, we will watch this after the podcast, but I will look at it.
So, but a couple people asked me, and I think we should make a channel on YouTube for these shows, right? Upload the whole shows?
Yeah?
Oh yeah, I guess we could do that, couldn't we?
People can watch them.
And speaking of Newgrounds, you should make an account there, honestly, and just start uploading a bunch of your short stuff. You have to email Tom Fulp and ask permission, but I mean, he got back to me in like 5 or 6 hours, and he gave me permission.
And it's regular video, or you have to like convert it to Flash something?
No, you have to ask him for permission to do the MP4 upload.
Oh, okay.
And it's like you can only do up to, I think, like 250 megabytes or something like that. But I mean, you could throw your badassery on there, and like people will comment. And he put one of that Affection movie on the front page, and it got like 50,000 views overnight.
Oh yeah, Tom is a boner for Jimmy's work.
So like, I think they would like your stuff too on there. And then I won't be the only 3D asshole on there.
There are a lot of 3D haters though, so just
There are a lot of 3D
people are
haters.
going to hate you just because you're 3D.
Almost all my videos have like a 1.5 star rating.
I get all hated on anyway, so.
But there are people who like have discovered my stuff just from Newgrounds now.
Oh, okay, yeah, I will. I'll try.
So it's like there'll be a lot of haters, but you'll get a new little crowd of kids too.
Yeah, I'll put I'll put the badassery impenetrable bass episode on there.
There you go. I'll throw Dark Sided or something, like all the shorter stuff.
Yeah. These bad jokes.
It's free!
With the mad flow.
They have mad flow.
Yeah. So, yeah.
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 Making animation. Teaching animation. Animation.
Lots of animation.
Animation domination, world domination.
Yeah, when people ask me how I'm doing, I'm like, I'm animating. Making animation. There's nothing better in the world. Everything is all right because I'm animating.
Oh, that's the best attitude to have. I've been trapped in this house for 3 days, and that's the only thing I can do is animate. But I know it's all for the greater good. For the greater good.
Yep. And then, when you have to, when some project is over, when you finish, and then it's like, oh, reality, and then...
No, get out of here!
What am I doing next?
Yep. And then you jump into a new one. You're like, oh, okay, now I'm back here.
Then you're like, I don't fucking feel like doing this. You
then you're
start making excuses not to do it anymore.
But then you just end up on 4chan and wasting your goddamn life.
Yeah.
And getting one of those, what are they called, Emily? Those neck beards?
Yes. Well, you have to be a neckbeard. You don't gain one.
Oh, you can't get one?
I shall, because if I don't do cartoons, I go on 4chan. That's literally the only website I think that exists in the internet. So, but I know it's just self-destructive. So, well, isn't the cartoons? They could be. Oh wait, sorry, they're not. Okay.
Never mind.
Even though it's pure shit.
So a person can't get a neck beard; they have to become one.
Yes, but I suppose becoming one entails getting one.
Okay.
This is a very sensitive area. A lot needs to be considered.
All right.
Are you a virgin?
How old are you and still a virgin?
You still live with mom?
Those are neck beard, traits?
Yeah.
Well, maybe there's a quiz you can take.
Really? Is there?
I don't know, maybe.
Go on 4chan all day. That makes me somewhat of a neckbeard.
Oh, yeah, are you born a neckbeard or do you just grow into one?
I've been posting in the Flash section recently. That's one of my gratifications here. I've been posting like 4 or 5 Flash at a time, and the Flash section taking that shit over. If you want to go check it out.
With the shitimations?
I have a flash drive with shit from high school. Like, I got some of the spams. Can't really fit in. I put Alfred's Playhouse on there last night. And they're like, Alfred is Lord. Alfred is Savior.
Crazy.
They have a 3D animation section on there. I used to post in there now and then.
Yeah, I popped in there a couple times with people modeling and stuff. Things like that. Like, look at my model.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, I just go on CG Society every once in a while and like talk to people. Well, and I try to answer questions and shit. Since I'm a fucking Cinema 4D neckbeard.
Yep.
Because I just sit on it all day, every day. And I'm like, oh, wow, you just go over here and type this.
I go to, what did you say? To the C4D blog? No, never mind.
What are you talking about?
I don't know, I'm drunk.
All right. Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah.
Happy New Year!
Oh, yeah, it's going to be New Year here first before it is there.
Shit. But isn't that kind of weird, though? I'm in some little niche because I make this 3D animation, and, like, kind of the only people that kind of know about it or that find out about it are other people who do 3D animation. And usually the people who do what you do are, like, the biggest fucking haters. Which, I don't know why that is. Why is that?
Jealousy? They want to be the best?
I don't know. It's like, if someone sees your animation like, this fucking technique sucks, and you didn't even do this, and it's like, dude, does a regular person really even care about that shit?
No. Technique.
They don't.
No.
This doesn't look like Disney.
Yeah. That's why I think it's hard to get out of that, though, because, when you first start, the only people that find your stuff or see it are other people usually who do the same stuff. So you get in this bubble, and usually it's a bunch of hate or them, like, critiquing you on, like, technical things or shit like that and not seeing through to your ideas or what's behind it.
Right.
So it can be hard. Because even, like, I post shit, like I post Heartstring Marionette, the director's cut to, like, the second. People are like, well, I don't know, I think you should do this and do that and do this. Like, really, dude? Because, I think if you have those kind of thoughts or whatever, you should be making your own shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, really, dude, you're going to tell me, like, I spent all this time, I study this shit and do it, but really, you know how to do it better, you know what I should be doing, like, okay.
Well, no,
Well, if you were to just move this one shot to this spot, it would have been a whole different thing.
Well, based on the videos they were uploading, obviously they were extremely knowledgeable in animation and had done
Well,
a lot.
that's what I always do. I always look at, like, when people criticize my stuff, I always look at their channel, and usually they don't have anything good.
Well, now, instead of criticizing your stuff, they can make their own stuff. They can make your stuff slightly different. You should, like, give them, and with your program.
Yeah. Like, here.
You give the movie on there, and then they can edit it the way that they think that is better. Because they think it's just so shitty. Well, if they can do it better, then let them.
Well, the thing that I run into a lot right here is that, like, people think of a movie as a thing, and it has rules, and it has a way it's supposed to act, and it has a way it's supposed to be, and then when they see something that doesn't abide by those rules, then to them it's wrong. So I'm always just like, well, why don't you just go into stuff without all these preconceived notions and just, like, experience it and allow things to be different? Because I think that's what fucks a lot of people up, is they're like, oh, they got conditioned by a movie. It's like, you're going to get the exposition in the first 15 minutes. You're going to learn who this guy is and blah, blah, blah. And that's the thing that you have to get over if you're going to, like, experience new things or fucking appreciate them.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm sure you get the same stuff and people watch your movies and it's like, well, it's like, well, maybe it's just different.
Yeah, pretty much.
Forget those people, though. Forget them.
They're all neckbeards anyway.
Well,
they're all neckbeards.
See, are you like that, Jimmy? Because I don't know or Emily, like, I'm that type of person where if I get like 100 good comments from people like, yeah, I love this, blah, 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 I'm just like, okay, cool. And then the one bad one, I'm just like, oh, no.
Yeah, I like glaze over all the good ones and go right to the bad ones.
Yeah, why do we do that?
For me, it's really all depends on what they're specifically saying. Like, because my stuff's kind of like, because they can criticize the animation easily, and like it doesn't really offend me because I know it's, you know, it's not the best animation in the world or whatever. So that doesn't really bother me most of the time. So I don't know. Like, it really all depends for me.
Yeah,
well,
like
shitimation, they can't say anything. They're gonna, when I put the shitimation, they're gonna be like, "Oh, this is the poopiest animation I ever saw. The worst." But I did it on purpose. But they're getting so mad. I think that I actually tried.
This doesn't belong. This doesn't belong.
yeah, you just be like, oh, this animation is total shit, and be like, what's shitimation, dumbass? Wow, nah.
They'll think that I actually tried on it.
You should list it as having like a $6 million budget and a staff. Make credits on it. And put like 80 people, a bunch of Korean dudes, and you know, like Family Guy or Simpsons.
When I put this loiter quad on the loiter squad forums, they're gonna be so mad. I can't wait.
When are you doing that?
Oh, maybe like tomorrow.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. First day of the year, new Emily Yukas.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
So, yeah, why do we focus on the negative, not the positive?
It's the artistic masochism.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Well, but so then now I'm like, well, fuck those people. Like, I should be responding to the people that say good shit that like it. So I've been trying to change. But recently, it's stuff like, you know, people are like, this fucking sucks. That's not what makes me go like, what? But then some dude's like, the dialogue was really repetitive and like it was cliche. And so, like, you know, I work really fucking hard to not make cliche shit. So I asked the dude, I was like, what exactly is cliche? Can you tell me, quote, so I can think, you know? But the guy was like, oh, well, I don't know, and couldn't. So it's just like, and I think a lot of times people want to hate just to hate. And that's fine if you're just like, fuck you, this shit. But then when they try to masquerade that hate as like a real critique,
As them being intellectuals that just comprehend things on another
because
level.
they think, you know, it's like, I need to tell this guy something. Like, I'm sure you saw that in art school, Emily. I never went, but I heard, you know, like, people just say shit to say shit. Like, because it's their turn.
Yeah, critique.
Yeah.
A lot of the time in the critique, they don't even have hate. They just feign words. But a lot of people that have hate, they can't feign any words.
So is it just because it's your turn? Because someone's on YouTube and they can comment? So it's, well, it's my turn to critique, so I just say some bullshit.
A lot of people feel the need to go out and tell everybody how intelligent and awesome they are and how shit everyone else is to make themselves feel better, and it's really sad.
Yes, I do.
Well, see, the way I am, if I don't like something, I don't say anything. Like, I just don't comment. I'm just like, all right.
Yeah, me either. I very rarely comment anyway, though.
Because I guess
I'm not a commenter.
Because I guess that's kind of the way I am. If I make something like it's not that useful if someone would be like, this is total shit, because like I work hard at it, so I would see that it's shit anyway over time and fix it. But then I think if you're getting that too much, it can give you some kind of complex or something, and it might cause you to stop making things because you'll be all.
That's why shitimation can't lose. You make the shit, you say shit, it's on purpose. You can't lose.
Emily, how can I make shit? Well, you know what? The stuff I do, like those, like the fucking forest fire and the joke things and badassery, that's like my shitimation. Because they're just like blocky dudes, and I'm just like, oh, whatever, it's a missile. It's all stupid. So that's my like.
But
thing.
there's a photorealistic military jet.
Yeah, and a military jet, fucking heli-tank, hover
Old
stuff.
ladies getting vomited on.
Oh, the next episode 9, I already wrote. It's the bad guy. He drops an old bomb, so it makes everybody old, and that old lady's actually in it. And she gets beat up again.
She's back.
So there's lots of elder abuse in the new episode.
Yeah.
Well, apparently you got some sort of problem with the elderly.
I don't know. I guess
A lot of hate.
I don't know. We were on the train. I went up to my sister's house, came back, and there were some creepy old people on the train.
So I just started smacking them all in the face, man. I don't know.
No, I'm pretty sure this guy was like a reptilian alien. He was like an alien.
Yeah, he looked fucked up.
All the old people really do look very reptilian.
Well,
Not like
because
that one walking corpse lady.
yeah, we saw a walking corpse, and then there's an old woman with like a vibrate tag on her neck joint. You know when you got like the vibrate tag on the neck joint, and their head's like bobbing like a bobblehead thing. Yeah, it was just creepy.
Oh no. Oh no.
Say, what if God is just one big animator, animating us all one at a time?
That's what I think.
Yeah, like life is already animated. We just can't see the keyframes.
Yeah, and when you go on the train, those are all just background characters.
Yep, and they did them shitty.
Like, I don't fucking feel like animating this old lady. Just stick a vibrate tag on it.
Because I wasn't supposed to be looking at him. It's like, he's not going to look at this creepy old man.
He'll just blend into the background. Just stick a vibrate tag on him. Done. Done and done.
Oh, so that's how I see the old people's society.
See, and now you're critiquing God like, old lady's head didn't even fucking move right.
I was told, no, his skin shader.
God's like, I'll put a vibrate tag on your head.
Dude, the old man's skin shader was totally unrealistic.
Yeah.
Like, the light shined on him, and you could see through his skin. Looked like he was wearing a rubber
He was
suit.
blue.
Yeah, and he had this weird look on his face, like, I'm gonna get found out as the alien that I am. Ah. Yep.
And when the volumetric light of the sun hit his face, it made it look even more unrealistic.
Yes, the God rays, as they're called in visual effects. Yeah, we talked to this woman. We sat next to this woman who taught at a seminary, and the only thing for conversation I could come up with, like, there was clouds, and I'm like, oh, you know that light's called God rays in the 3D animation.
And then she's like, I'm going to read my book now. Start talking to you.
I can't stop talking about animation. No, that's like my brother. He's like math for animation, but he literally won't stop talking about math. Like, he won't stop talking about math. Like, I'll be like, okay, shut up now, but then he'll just go into his reality shit and like stuff about reality and how there's parallel realities and how there's no actual truth. It's just different interpretations, but they're all valid. And yeah, it's really annoying.
That sounds pretty interesting. I want to hang out with your brother.
Oh, do you? But he'll just talk about math. See, we animators we can't understand that shit. I'm like, okay. That's what's good about cartoons. You can just show someone and they're like, oh, yeah, good. You don't have to like be explaining the theories. Like with math, no one can understand that shit at all. I feel bad for
You put your math into visual form. Visual math.
Yeah, you actually use
My
math
movies
a
are
lot.
just one big equation.
They are.
And you gotta figure out what X is, bro.
That's
Just
right.
trying to make yourselves feel better for not knowing math.
I show you what it equals, you gotta figure out what subtracted it to make it equal.
Yeah, I suck in math. I had a third grade teacher that made me write a bunch of lines, and I was like, I'm never going to do math ever. So.
You are doing math in the animation, just in a way that you don't interpret as math.
Really, it's only just, for me, it's just multiplying by 30 over and over again.
Oh!
'Cause it's 30
30 times 30 times 30 times 30!
Oh, do you animate at 30, not 24?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. You can
Really,
save
no,
yours.
really for no reason whatsoever, but...
You know, when I first started animating, I was like, I want to make movies. Movies are 24 frames per second. I'm going to animate at 24 frames per second. But when I did stop motion, though, I did 12. But now I do 24 because I can.
I can't honestly really see the difference, and 30 is just easier for me to add together than 24, so I think that's why I went with 30.
I have a little strip of paper on top of my monitor, and it says 1 second, 24, 2, 48, and it goes all the way up to like 20 seconds. So
I need to do that. That is a genius idea.
yeah, I just look at that.
What are really the benefits of doing 24 versus 30?
Save on render time.
I guess there's that.
Yeah, like that's the lowest you can go. Well, before it gets like choppy or looks like unrealistic to the human eye or something. And it's just, you know, it's cinematic. So I always do it. But yeah,
I'm
I
going
like
to try to do a short at 24 or something.
Have you ever tried doing super slow motion in Cinema 4D? By like rendering at like fucking 1,000 frames per second or something?
No, I'd be interested to try that though, because I always wanted to try to do like real slow motion.
Yeah, that's how you do it. That's how I've been doing it. Like, because I saw these cameras, like Casio was making or something, where you get these little cameras and they shoot like 500 frames per second, 1,000 frames per second, and then, you know, you play it back at 24 or 30 and it's super slow motion. So I'll just like animate a shot at 24, but then when I render it, I say render it at like 400 frames per second. So it fills in the in-between frames for you, and then when you fucking play it back at 24, it's super smooth, like slow motion.
Oh, so it doesn't actually render all 500 frames for...
Yeah, it does. It does, but I mean, I'm saying like it fills in the in-betweens and makes it super smooth. So it just looks tight.
I'm going to have to give that a try too. That's got to take up a lot of rendering space though, doesn't it?
Yeah, I only try to do it with like super quick things, so it'd only be like 1 or 2 seconds anyway, so it's like 1,000 frames or something. But yeah, it's good. Hey, didn't we have some questions from our dedicated online audience? We're supposed to make them up.
Let's see.
Make up a question.
There might actually be like one question or something.
Oh, Jimmy, we have a question. What is it? What's a question?
Oh, for me?
No, you're supposed to be reading from our dedicated online audience.
Yes. I mean, from this paper that I printed from the internet.
Oh, what is it?
It's how did all of you get so amazing at the animation?
Oh, wow. Whoa, Jimmy.
Well, I mean, just lots of practice and just getting up every single day. That's all it takes.
Drinking eggs, drinking raw eggs.
Wow.
Like the Rocky.
Yeah.
No.
That's right. I
Emily?
go into the freezer, I punch meat all day. That's just what happens.
Emily, how do you do it?
Doing it since I was 5.
Damn.
I've been smoking a lot of weed,
Child
and
animator.
I've suffered a lot of mental anguish. So that's how I do it.
So the Emily MeCis formula is started at a young age, illicit, illegal drugs, and trauma.
Trauma is definitely important.
Very.
I'm just actually a cyborg. I was programmed to do this by aliens from the future.
All right.
Yeah, and I know Jesus.
All right.
Yep, that's right.
That's fantastic, guys.
Not only do you know Jesus, but you have been animating him.
Yep, Jesus inspired badassery. Yep. And to all a good night and Christmas of happy. I got the best Christmas present ever. You know what Rakel got me for Christmas?
What?
A 16-pound weighted vest.
What is that?
It's just a fucking vest.
Bro?
It's a vest. It's hella heavy. So I'm like wearing it right now and I'm working and just like, yeah, I'm working out. I'm wearing weights.
Whoa.
And then
Actually, I wanted to ask you a question. Do you use any sort of like a wristband or anything when you animate? Because my wrist is starting to cramp.
Yes, my secret technique is that I use a weightlifting fucking neoprene wrist wrap. So it's just like, it's like a neoprene strap and it has Velcro. So I fucking put it on like pretty tight so my wrist can't move much except, I actually can't really move much at all. And that's what I use.
Then I can just get that anywhere?
Yeah, like at a fucking weightlifting exercise store or whatever. It's just they're called a wrist strap, and they're made out of like, the fucking neoprene, like a wetsuit.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, dude, I have 2 of them. They're really fucked up. I can try washing one. I can send it to you if you want.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, if you don't mind.
And then I have one of those little pads like in front of my mouse pad. The long skinny things.
With silicone in them.
Yeah, like I've been using one of those. So you put your wrist on it before you.
Oh yeah, I got one of those too.
Yeah, but the wrist strap makes the biggest difference.
Yeah, I gotta get. Yeah, I'm just starting to get cramped, and my thumb was hurting a lot yesterday.
Yeah.
You just got Jimmy for Christmas.
What?
A home seltzer machine.
She did. She got me a home seltzer machine.
You like? Oh, so you can make drinks and stuff?
I drink a lot of seltzer water. Exclusively. I've never been a soda person or a juice person or anything. I just like seltzer water.
Nothing else. Really? You didn't know this, M.Dot?
No.
Exclusively
How did you not know
This
this?
is an integral part of him.
So this is one of your secrets.
Drinks only seltzer water.
I mean, I drink regular
Not
water,
even
too.
if you must.
Like out the toilet?
I got the toilet, bro.
So I got him a seltzer machine.
She got me a seltzer machine.
Hi.
Oh, yeah.
So we could party. I could wear my weighted vest. You can make some seltzer. Yeah.
I could drown you in the seltzer, and you wouldn't be able to get up because you'd be weighted.
Yeah, and then, the thing I was going to say, too, is that we took the train over there. So then I was like, we were packing our stuff in the morning. We were late, and I was like, oh, fuck, I got to carry this vest. So then I had to, carry the weighted vest, too, and I was like, ugh.
Rakel, can you carry this for me?
Nope, I did it to be, a bad lady. I did it on purpose. I'm like, he's gonna have to carry this all the way back.
So now I'm animating with a weighted vest.
Yep.
So I think
It's Dragon Ball Z type shit.
that helps me, The man's trying to hold me down,
The
but
attackers coming to shoot you.
they can't hold me down.
Assassinate you because of your animation technologies. This program can never be released. It's going to destroy the future of mankind.
You're going to end up creating Skynet. You're going to be the downfall of us all.
Good old Skynet.
It's all going to come from you, man. Your little animation people pack.
You know, I used to have Terminator-esque nightmares when I was a kid, way before I saw Terminator.
See?
Well, actually, they weren't nightmares. Like, aliens abducted me and showed them to me.
On a screen?
Yep. And then I saw Terminator, and I was like, that's what I saw. So I think
That's what they did. They were just showing, they were focus group you for their new movie that was coming out. Like, you think this movie sucks or what?
They went and got little children out of their beds and
then they erase it from your memory, so you go buy a ticket still.
Because you know what James Cameron said? He got the idea that he was like in Spain or some shit, and he had a fever and was sick, and that was a nightmare he had. And then he made Terminator based on that nightmare and that world and all that stuff. And I was like, it's not a nightmare, James Cameron. It's the future, man. Black triangles are floating all around us, bruh.
They're just movie testing facilities.
Alien focus groups.
Yeah, that's what they do. They abduct you, they test out the new movies, and they fucking throw you back away. And they're like, your opinions are stupid.
So are you saying we need to get a van and abduct people and show them our shit?
Yeah, just say we're aliens so it's not kidnapping, man.
For the greater good, these people need to learn how to do cartoons.
It's just like that episode of The
What the hell else
Simpsons.
are they going to do?
Cover them in rum. Nobody will believe their story.
Did you ever read those books, Jimmy, that said that there were no aliens, and then it was like secret government people that were abducting people to do genetic tests and manipulation on them, and they just wore alien suits as like a cover so people would think it was aliens and sound crazy?
Yeah, I've heard that theory before.
Yeah. What do you think, man? Is it real?
I don't know, man. There's so many theories. Nobody knows shit. That's the theory I have, is that nobody actually knows anything.
Oh, man, no, man. Dude, trust me, man. I know, man.
Same with like religion and everything. It's just like nobody wants to admit that they just don't know.
Jimmy, I met Jesus.
Invent all this
dude.
shit.
I met Jesus over tacos.
I know, man.
yeah, come on, man.
He's real.
I believe you. But you know what? Maybe he's just not the Jesus for me. My Jesus would be eating burritos instead of tacos.
Your own personal
Sorry.
Jesus. Yeah.
Your
So-
God doesn't eat the food of my choice.
So see, this is something. Let me. I'm thinking about this. We're talking about all these crazy things, but I think this is why we make cartoons, because this is the kind of shit I think about, and there really isn't any other context in which you can apply it or use it in reality without being batshit insane.
It's true.
Right? They can't go preaching this shit in the streets, like going yelling it in the street. Not like the 70s anymore. People will lock you up for that shit.
Isn't that how it works? Like, if someone were to describe this stuff to you, like, yeah, man, they would be fucking batshit insane.
Yep.
But if you make it in an animation, you're just like maybe a weird dude. But yeah, you're creative.
It's so funny how that works. The thin lines.
Right?
Insane.
And then if you start making money off it,
For the greater good.
and if you start making money off it, then all of a sudden you're like the best person in the world.
You're a businessman. People can be proud of
Then
you.
you're great. They
now.
plaster you on the magazines and stuff. They're like, he prays pretend so good.
Yeah, isn't that fucked up? Like, you could be doing
Give him everything.
It's like, oh, this is shit. What the fuck is this? Like, what? Huh? I don't get it. And then, yeah, if you got famous, someone be like, oh, man, you're great, man. I love your stuff, man. Oh, no.
I'll take a poo on you.
She'll just shit all over everybody.
You dump your fan art, you tell me while I'm great, you leave.
The Emily Eucas protocol. You want to meet Emily Eucas, you get a pamphlet that says those things.
Nothing else.
When you guys go to, like, conventions and stuff, do you take pamphlets?
We don't go to conventions.
I used to go to... It's funny because I have gone to conventions before and, like, met celebrities. And there are some of them that really do have protocols with like that. Like, you go up to their assistant, they go, all right, which picture would you like to purchase from him? And what is your name? And what would you like him to write on it? And then they, like, just write it on a piece of paper, slide it over to him, and they, like, look up at you and say, oh, Jimmy, here's your picture. Bye. And then that's it.
You sure they're
What?
human?
Yeah, like like Malcolm McDowell was like that when I met him, the guy on
What
Clockwork
the fuck?
Orange.
Yeah.
You know.
You knew your name?
No, he didn't know my name because he knew because his assistant wrote it down for him and like passed it down. Like, but you couldn't like talk to him and pick out the picture. You had to pick it out with the assistant, and then she had to write your name down and then put it on a sticky note. Then you got to talk to him for like 2 minutes, and they're like, "All right, move it along, buddy. He's got your $25. Get out of here."
They were probably cyborg versions.
Yeah, they're probably clones.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I read this stuff.
Like Santa Clauses. They have a whole bunch of them in malls.
They were
dress them up.
created without the ability to think on their own and do their own stuff, so they have to have it written down on a Post-it note before they can do it.
Mm-hmm.
They're freaking robots, man.
Shit, man.
Should make a movie about that.
Yeah.
Or a cartoon.
Just got to throw it on the pile of all the other movies I plan on kind of sort of making.
How many you got? How many big projects do you have? I have 3 besides what I'm doing right now.
Besides the one I'm animating now, I want to do the Where the Dead Go to Die sequel. I want to do the Hood movie I was talking about last time. That one I've been thinking about a lot. I might be doing something for Unearthed too. It'd be like a longer short, like a half an hour one. I don't think I'm allowed to say what yet. So there's that too. I think there's one more feature in there somewhere that I'm just forgetting right now.
What about you, Emily? I know you have that feature you're going to do.
I only have one big project, and that's already too much to handle. The Alfred movie. That's going to be, I've been writing that for 5 years, and that's going to be my magnum opus. So I'm just going to think about that for the next few years, and that's that. But I've got some little shorts that I'm doing weekly. Like I said, I got this shitimation going on. It keeps things loose, keeps things fresh.
Yeah, you know what I was thinking about too, talking about big projects when you're talking about like 90 pages and stuff. What I did with this new movie is that it's 100 pages, but then I broke it up into like 10 packets. So to me, it's like 10-minute movies.
Well, yeah, I remember you saying something like that. It's like more like 10-minute shorts or something that are interwoven.
So it's not scary, and I just have to do one.
Like some shorts. And these shorts that I'm making will probably end up in the final film. That's the thing.
Because, when you look at it like 90 minutes, or I don't know if you look at it like frames or minutes or seconds, Emily, with Flash, but looking at the whole thing is like, bah! But if you're just like, 5 minutes, 10 minutes...
I gotta look at that, because when I look at the whole thing, and when I look at the entirety of my life, and I just graduated, and I've been on unemployment, and I'm just going through the first days of being nothing but another bum adult, and doing absolutely nothing with my time, besides cartoons, and, so, everything's a little scary right now, and, but, just don't think about the big, I'm eating now, it's all cool, it's okay. It's okay right now. Okay.
Yeah. Because it can, it's like, I think it's like if you're on a long walking somewhere, and if you kept looking out at the horizon, you're like, fuck, I'm not going anywhere. But if you were like looking down at your feet, you would see the little progress that you're making. You forget about the horizon.
I'm looking at the horizon all the time. Like, I'm gonna die. Oh, time's running out.
We gotta live frame by frame.
Oh, now that's a good one.
You know what I'm saying?
When I look down at my feet and I see the little foot tracks, I look next to them and see another set of foot tracks right next to mine.
Dude.
Is it Jesus?
I don't know. It could be.
Wait, whose tracks are they? The animal tracks you meant?
Oh,
extraterrestrial?
Damn.
I don't know. That's the eternal question. Whose footsteps those are?
Come on, Jimmy. Just a little bit further.
Yeah, he's leading me.
Just a little bit further, and you'll
that Jimmy Screamer Claus comedy film with the talking dog. Have you seen it?
Yeah, it's
hilarious.
His comedy film.
Oh, I laughed so much.
I laughed for days on that when I made that movie. Days.
That movie literally.
Especially the part where what was the line? Where the kid says something about not being able to scratch himself with his brother's fingernails because he doesn't have any. I laughed for fucking days when I was doing that. I thought that was the funniest thing in the world. And then when I showed people and nobody laughed, I was just like, I guess that wasn't that funny. But literally days.
Were you smiling when you showed them? Were you smiling like, hey, check this out. Hey, look.
Maybe you just didn't hear the punchline. Let me rewind.
What's the line again?
The part when Labby says, pick up and Tana milk, and he says, pick up the baby and scratch yourself with his fingernails so you look like he attacked you first. And Tommy goes, he doesn't have any fingernails yet. I thought that was the funniest thing.
I thought he always said he doesn't have any head.
No.
Maybe that's why everyone's misinterpreting it.
Maybe just Josh didn't say the line right.
He doesn't have any head. And I was like, what?
And the other part that I thought was the funniest thing in the world was when Labby was telling the kid No, you just have the magic touch. So it's okay if you're in the pornography movies with her. I thought that was the funniest thing in the world for a while, too. It's, like, looking back, it is pretty horrible. But I did think that... I remember me and Jay were on the train tracks, and I was laughing hysterically trying to explain it to him, and he had no idea what was going on.
I think that happens a lot, too, with the stuff I do. I try to explain it. I'm like, yeah, and, actors, whatever, just like, yeah, okay. And they just kind of trust you, hopefully.
A disappointing silence that follows when you see that they don't understand the magic in your brain.
Have you ever worked with voice actors, Emily, or you do everything, right?
I used to do up to now. I've pretty much done everything myself with samples.
And your brother did voices.
Yeah,
too.
he did one little voice, and I got Jimmy to do the first scene for the Alfred movie, and it sounds fantastic. And we put it to the right of spring, and it fit exactly. But right now I'm doing that short, because that's like some real deep, heavy scene shit with like 24 frames per second. So I don't know if I want to just go there right away, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So maybe in like a couple weeks.
Yeah. We talked about animation, didn't we? On this last show of...
Oh, you feeling guilt?
Yes.
Yes, I'm feeling guilt, Jimmy.
Every time he's not talking about animation, he feels a lot of guilt and shame.
Guys, can we go back to talking about animation?
This makes me uncomfortable.
I don't have much experience in real life, so you guys are kind of creeping me out.
There honestly is like one or two questions on this Facebook page, like thinking back, but I can't get it to fucking load now, of course. All 8 likes are bogging the system down.
They're all trying to like it right now.
It's like still processing, trying to process. I can't process all the many comments we have.
Well, don't let me, drag the show down with my obvious agenda.
For animation.
Oh, guys, we haven't talked about
making.
Well, see, I don't know. I think a lot of people actually listen to this because it's like, there's some podcasts I listen to too because it's like you're hanging out with some people and they're into shit that you're into or fucking weird stuff. So I think people like it too if we're just like talking about whatever.
And we should do a show talking about weighted vests and all that.
We did already.
And,
we did.
Oh.
We did. Are you keeping Jimmy alive, Emily? What are you feeding him? What are you doing out there?
Keeping what alive?
You.
What?
Jimmy. Are you keeping Jimmy alive? Because remember we were doing that show about food? And you were asking me what you need to feed him?
Oh, about the nutrients.
Yeah.
Ever since I moved back to my mom, she's been feeding me this super healthy food. And after 4 days of that, my body started to get real tingly with this weird energy, and I started to get lightheaded, like as if I took drugs. Then I went back to Jimmy's and started eating shit again.
I just bring everyone around me down.
seltzer water and junk.
Look, we're gonna eat red meat for 5 days straight.
Taco Bell every day.
We're gonna deep fry some shit, and then you're gonna go home. You're gonna go home feeling like shit, and that's that.
Because the world's shit. Well, that's how you gotta be.
World's shit, life is shit.
Don't be all feeling
Follow
good.
your arteries.
Doesn't make sense. Well, we talked about some animation.
Yes, we did.
Time
okay.
for the review again.
It's okay.
Some keyframes, some splines,
Yes.
some holds.
Okay.
So how about
Animation is really great.
stop patronizing me? So how about in the next couple weeks I'll make that kit and I'll send it to you, Jimmy, so you can like screw around with it. So hopefully, but before the next show or the one after that, we can like try it out with something.
I kind of want to make a stupid little short on it.
Yeah, I think you should do that. You should, for whoever's listening to this podcast, maybe you should, I don't know, give away 5 of them or something.
Yeah, and if you have requests with like rooms, so I have the Lil Jon music video kit. Throw some more out there.
Kit.
The what?
I want the kit, please.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you have to, for like a focus group, don't give it to everyone, but like the first 5 or so people who write to you to do, like, they're tested out for you and they have to make something with it.
Yeah, and make a request too, like some kind of set or some place.
Yeah.
Because you know what I usually do? I go to like Google 3D Warehouse, where it's like for that program SketchUp, and people fucking make all kinds of props and sets and stuff, and you can just go in there and download the files and use them. So
I do it all the time too.
Yeah, that's what I use for Darksided and Badassery and stuff. So
Except I've been using like a church when I got off there on my new movie. It's got a lot of flickering problems.
Oh, because you know what?
Like
Always
I put my own textures on it, but I think it's something with the geometry itself.
the normals are always flipped on those. I found.
Is there a way to easily fix that? Or?
Yeah, because you know if you click on the normals, if they're blue, that means they're backwards. So they should be yellow. So if they're all like that, just select them all and then right click and go reverse normals. But sometimes that doesn't work easily, and you just have to like throw them away. I had a couple that were just fucked up.
So blue is bad, yellow good?
Yeah.
All right, I'll remember that. Blue bad, yellow good.
Yeah. On your polygon.
People, this is how I animate, color coded. Blue is good, yellow bad. Oh wait,
Yeah.
no, I fucked it up already. Blue is bad, yellow good.
Because like if you get like collada files or different ones, sometimes they do weird shit to the normals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think collada is what I usually end up getting because you can't. Can you import SketchUp in the Cinema 4D?
No, but you can get the free SketchUp and just import them in there and export OBJ.
Oh, okay.
If there's like a dope piece that you can't get on Collada or whatever, that's what.
Yeah,
I
every
do.
now and then there is one that I really want, but it's only SketchUp. I didn't know you could do that though.
SketchUp, that sounds good. Is that like a new sauce?
It's the new SketchUp sauce.
Made from shoes. But, you know, one of my dreams, too, is to make a bunch of props and sets and all this shit and give them away to people for free so people making 3D movies can just go to this website or download this fucking thing and, like, have everything, you know, like a movie lot and just make stuff, so...
Isn't that what you do already, Jimmy?
Yeah, but I mean, you have to pay for a lot of it.
Or it's
You
not...
Yes,
I mean,
Hey, Jimmy, I heard you got the bootlegs. Hook me up.
Love that.
now they'll have to come to you, M-Dot. You're gonna get all the money. I got stock things, stock 3D things. Make your own 3D world. I got stock everything. People want to leave the real life more than ever nowadays. They really do.
Yeah, well,
As far away as this as they can.
that's what I'm looking at is like looking at selling shit like that, like training stuff and things rather than trying to sell my movies. So I might just switch all my movies over to like free for everyone, like everywhere, so more people can watch it, and then sell like tutorials and training stuff and things like that.
Yeah, that might work.
That's something I'm looking at.
Is there still a way to hustle money from Second Life?
I don't know.
Is that still going on? Can we just make some people some chairs and shit? Oh, what the fuck, man?
Hey,
You do 3D animation for dummies, yo. That should be the thing you aspire to. You can probably make some money off of that shit.
yeah, I outlined another book, and what is it called? What am I going to call it? Oh, yeah, I'm going to make a Forever Alone filmmaking book.
Mm-hmm.
And
No, do the dummies thing, the dummies books.
I think
I
I think that's copyrighted. They'll sue me.
I mean, if you actually go into them, because don't they just hire people to make the for dummies stuff if they're experts?
Oh yeah, probably. Some dude wanted to hire me to write some other book, and it gave me an idea to like write my own Cinema 4D book. I was like, oh yeah, books. What? You want me to write a book? Oh, I could write my own book.
See ya.
I mean, you're probably more authority on the subject than anyone else. Go to the dummies people.
Go to the dummies, people. Find them.
How come I don't think like Emily? I'd probably be successful if I did. Let me see.
Why do I only think like this for other people, not myself?
That's what I do too. I give people all this advice, and I'm like, wow, it's good advice. I should use that. No, I'm gonna play a Game Boy.
Work for me.
Yeah, that's just how it is. I don't know. Well, it's hard, you know, for me, it's like if my movies and stuff, it's like, it's too precious. Like, I want to taint it or something, I don't know. So it's hard to think about those kind of things.
Two britches.
Okay. Well, my various co-hosts, I think that's about the end of our last show for 2012.
Do you think you guys talked about animation enough?
I don't know. I'm going to have to...
No, never enough. Never enough.
That's going to be my New Year's resolution. I'm going to talk about animation more.
Good.
All the
So
time.
regular people in the mall.
I'm going to be really annoying, so we're going to go to eat right now, and if they ask you, what would you like? Well, you know, linear keyframes are very useful, but flying, you know, and I'll just talk about animation inappropriately.
Start criticizing the modeling of their pasta. Well,
Yeah.
I could have rendered this better. I could have rendered this whole dinner
you
better.
didn't like this properly.
This box isn't beveled.
Can you align this to the spline, please?
Who textured this fucking steak?
I don't like the dynamics when I drop the spaghetti on the floor.
This is
Someone's
totally...
animating being in this room. No, I'm getting uncomfortable. Wait, what are our New Year's resolutions?
Unrealistic.
Oh yeah, what are your guys' New Year's resolutions?
Mine is make a goddamn movie.
Yours is to make a movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess to finish this movie, When Blackbirds Fly. And make some money, damn it. I want some
That
money.
too.
We're gonna figure it out, Jimmy. We'll figure it out. We'll
Some
get them.
money.
I think Emily will just figure it out.
Yeah, probably.
I'll be the sugar mama.
I want to be a true Hollywood story, damn it. I want to get a lot of money and blow it. The fuck, man?
My resolution is no more self-pity.
Aw, that's a real one.
I should do that too, actually. Yeah.
We should all do it.
No, but I'm so pitiful.
But it feels so good!
I'll never be anything. I'll never surpass what I am now, and it's all downhill from here. Yeah. What is mine? Yeah, mine's to make I Am Nightmare. It's to make another movie. Pretty much
There-
finish the whole thing in 2013 and put it out.
I'm still trying to do that December goal, too.
Yeah. We could do it. And, if you need my help with anything or whatever, let me know.
I might take you up on some of those bird models if you still want to do that.
Yeah, sure. Rigging,
Some
whatever.
blackbirds that make me very happy.
I mean, I live and breathe and bleed pixels.
I know, man. I know.
So it'd make me feel helpful, and we could talk about animations some more, right, Jimmy? We could talk about it.
Sure, man. Sure.
Don't stop. Every time you don't talk about animation, the self-worth decreases. Decreasing.
You're gonna be like, just give me the fucking model. Get out of here.
Give me my little John pack. Draw me a picture. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, get out of here. Give me that fucking
Fuck
big
out of
model.
my face.
And I'll be able
Come
to.
back when you got another pack for me.
I'll come back when I'm finished my music video, and I'll show you.
I thought you cared about keyframes. Thought you cared, man.
I just want my own simulation Little John experience. That's all I fucking care about. There's
all I
a white
fucking
girl here,
care
for
about.
God's sake.
All right, no, yeah.
Games.
I'll make a dope set, and I'll make it'll be tight. It'll have strobe lights and everything.
Oh, yeah.
And
And we'll have hot bitches.
Oh yeah, I'll put stripper poles in it and everything.
I'm gonna put Christina Applegate's head on one.
Oh wait, Emily just watched Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead for the first time, and what was your opinion?
My one sentence review is Christina Applegate plays some fine white trash, but damn, she makes a damn good career woman.
Every time I make Emily watch a movie, I make her give me a one-sentence review. Actually, Victor started it. We do Emily's one-sentence review.
She's classy as shit and so trashy too.
What was your one-sentence review of My Girl?
Macaulay Culkin dies at the end. Was that it?
Yep, Macaulay Culkin dies.
Don't get your hopes set up on him, girls. AIDS.
So we'll go forward with our resolutions into the new year. Less self-pity, more movies.
Yep. Animation.
More
Replace
movies.
the pity with frames.
Yes. And we'll live life one frame at a time.
One frame at a time.
We'll enjoy the splendor of animating and living and seeing our ideas being realized in front of us and being able to share them with sickos across the world.
And then comparing our real life with animation and say how it's not good enough and go back.
No,
Not
don't do
nearly up to par. Not nearly up to par.
it. Yeah, we
That's
won't
the
do
thing with
that.
animation, none of that matters. You can just associate from it all and productive at the same time.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
So I'd like to thank everyone for listening to the Forever Lone Filmmaker podcast, our first year, and we did, 26 episodes?
Yeah. That's the 27th.
How did we do it, Jimmy? Wow.
Persistence.
You guys talked about animation.
There's just a lot of animation that needs to be talked about.
Yeah, and we've had awesome guests like